Once upon a time, in a distant land, there lived a young man who had inherited a great fortune. But being reckless and carefree, he squandered it all until he had nothing left but a single trunk. As he sat in his empty house, feeling sad and regretful, he suddenly noticed something strange about the trunk. It wasn't an ordinary trunk. It was enchanted. To his astonishment, he discovered that if he sat inside it, the trunk could fly. With a heart full of wonder, he climbed into the trunk and with a whoosh, soared high into the sky, leaving his troubles far below. The trunk carried him over cities, mountains, and seas, until he arrived at a magnificent palace in a faraway land. There, he discovered a beautiful princess who was confined to the palace grounds. She was intrigued by the young man's arrival and the magical trunk. As they spent time together, the young man entertained her with stories of his adventures and the wonders of the world. The princess, enchanted by his tales, fell in love with him. They spent many days in each other's company, dreaming of a future filled with joy and adventure. The young man, too, found a new sense of purpose and happiness. However, the palace guards soon discovered the young man's presence and his magical trunk. They were ordered to destroy the trunk, fearing its power. In a moment of panic, the young man and the princess devised a plan to escape. But as they tried to flee, the trunk, no longer able to fly, shattered into pieces. The young man, left with no means of escape, was captured and banished from the kingdom. Heartbroken and alone, he wandered the land, reflecting on his past mistakes and the fleeting nature of fortune. Though his time with the princess was short, it had taught him invaluable lessons about love, responsibility, and the true meaning of wealth. He realized that the greatest treasures are not material possessions, but the experiences and connections we make along the way. And so, the young man continued his journey, wiser and more thoughtful, always cherishing the memory of the princess and the magical trunk that had once carried him to the skies. And that, dear listener, is the tale of the flying trunk. May it remind you that true fortune lies not in what we have, but in how we live and love.